What if I told you there were only 5 exercises you needed to do for the rest of your life? There's a high chance that if you do these, you'll be looking and feeling a lot younger. First up, we have the plank. If you've never done this exercise before, you're going to want to start flanking, strengthens your abs, shoulders, back, glutes, and most importantly, your core. It's super simple to do, and I love it because there's a bunch of different variations of it. The ability to stand upright, bend over, and lift safely depends on core strength. If you don't have a stable core, then you can't really do much of anything efficiently. So how can you perform the plank to strengthen your core? Let me show you. Start by lying on the floor with your face down. Support your body with your wrists and elbows right under your shoulders. Keep your body straight from your head to your heels as you lift it off the ground. Engage your core. Imagine pulling your belly button towards your spine. Remember not to let your shoulders, your hips sag during this pose for as long as you can. Start by aiming for like 20 to 30 seconds and then slowly increase the time. Now, the first few times are going to be a little tough, but you'll quickly gain strength from it and it'll become easier. Here are some different variations you can do, depending on if the traditional plank is too easy or too hard for you. The first one is the knee plank, which is great for beginners. Keep your knees on the ground while maintaining a straight line from your head to your knees. The second one is the side plank. You can do a side plank by lying on your side, straightening your legs and stacking your feet. Keep your elbows straight under your shoulder and PR yourself up on your forearm. Then lift your hips off the ground so that your head and feet are in a straight line. This one is a great way to work on your obliques and make them stronger so they can turn better. The last exercise we'll be going over is by far the most important and is also the most overlooked. But more on that coming up. Moving on to our number 2, we have the RDL. So balance is something we lose quickly as we age, but it's also something that's simple to get better. At the single leg, RDL works your hamstrings, hips, and lower back, while making you stronger, more flexible, and more balanced. It's an all-in-one exercise for your lower body that I feel should be in everyone's workout. So how can you do it correctly? Let me walk you through it, step by step. Keep your back straight and your feet hip-width apart. Move your weight to one foot and keep your other foot. Now drop your body forward and straighten the other leg as you hinge at the hip as you bring your hands to the ground. Keep your back straight and your core tight. Return slowly to the standing position and do it again. Now at first, just use your own body weight as you begin to feel more comfortable. You can add dumbbells for some added resistance. Now at number 3, we have a classic exercise that you definitely have seen before, but I am positive you've been doing it wrong your whole life. I'm going to show you the correct way so that you can maximize its effectiveness and prevent injuries. Push-ups work your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core, all at the same time, making them one of the best exercises for building upper body strength. But push-ups aren't just for building muscle. They also help you build the strength needed for everyday tasks and can improve your posture. To make sure you're not one of the many doing push-ups incorrectly, let me show you the proper form. Start off by doing a high plank with your hands a little wider than shoulder width. Apart, slowly lower your torso by bending at the elbows, maintaining a 45-degree angle. Make sure you don't let your elbows flare out because it can be terrible for your shoulders and less effective. Stop just before your chest hits the ground and then push yourself back up to where you started. Keep your body straight from your head to your feet during the entire movement. Be sure not to let your hips drop. Your increased core strength from doing the first exercise will help you out here. If you want to get the most out of the exercise, I highly suggest doing it slowly and controlled also. I put together a simple workout plan that you can follow 3 days a week, and I'm going to go over that at the end of the video. But if you're looking to mix things up, there are several variations of the push-up that you can try. Beginners can easily do incline push-ups. You just put your hands on a raised surface like a bench or a table to make the move easier if you want to. Target the width of your chest more. Go for wider stance push-ups by placing your hands further apart from one another to work on your lower chest. and your triceps. Do diamond push-ups by bringing your hands together under your chest to make a diamond shape. I already did the entire video on push-up variations, so if you want to check that one out, I'll link it in the description of this video. Now, you're definitely going to want to see this next exercise because I'm almost certain that you've never heard of it before. This unique exercise is called the horse stance. So even though it looks simple, this is an exercise that can drastically improve your entire body by doing it every morning. The muscles it engages the most are your legs, glutes, and core, which makes it a secret gem for building lower body strength and stability. Are you starting to notice a common trend of these exercises? The reason you're going to feel and look much younger is because these exercises make you stronger and more stable to do the horse stance. Keep your feet wider than your shoulder and your toes pointed slightly outward. Now start to squat down until your knees reach a 90-degree angle as you do. This, remember, to keep your core tight and your back straight. Once you're in that position, hold it for 30 to 60 seconds. You can hold a small weight at chest level for an extra challenge as you get better. It's like I said, it looks easy, but once you start doing it, you're going to have the unique benefits to this exercise is that it helps with concentration and focus. Once you're in this position, you'll quickly start to notice how much concentration it takes. The horse stance also transfers over to a lot of other exercises I do in my workouts. All right, now, let's get into that exercise. I mentioned earlier, that's going to be one of the most transformative for you. The kettlebell swing is one of the best exercises you can do for strength and cardio. All in one. It works your glutes, your hamstrings, core, heck, even your shoulders while getting your heart rate up fast. So if you want to burn calories in a short amount of time, then this is one of the exercises that you're looking for. The movement is simple but powerful. It's all about hinging at your hips and using explosive energy to swing the kettlebell. A lot of people do this wrong, so you're going to want to follow closely. Start by placing your feet shoulder width apart and using both hands to hold the kettlebell securely. The kettlebell should swing back between your legs as you hinge at your hips and then let the momentum of the hip drive elevate the kettlebell to chest height as you prepare for the next repetition. Allow the kettlebell to swing back down naturally while keeping control here. It's important to use your hips rather than your arms as the movement's motor to ensure that the exercise stays safe and efficient. It may feel a little weird at first, but I promise as you continue to practice the motion, it will become more natural. Kettlebell swings have many advantages outside of the gym. They increase hip strength and mobility, which are necessary for running, jumping, and, well, simply getting out of a chair fast. You will feel stronger, faster, and more capable in all that you do if you start doing these consistently. All right, now let's get into that workout routine that I hinted at earlier. If you have a clear plan of action, you're more likely to do it, and it will feel easier. So you can do this workout routine 3 days a week. Oh, and make sure to have a rest day. Between workouts, start off with the horse stance, 3 sets of 30 to 60 seconds. Then do single leg RDLs, 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps per leg. Then move into kettlebell swings, 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Go to push-ups for 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps and finish off with plank 3 sets of 30 to 60 seconds. If you thought that this video was helpful, be sure to share it with someone else